Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Well, let me see who's here. Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Brenda Lee. Lydia Washington. Elaine Parker. Brenda Gray. Let me see. Gwendolyn Daniels. Amelia Rodriguez. And let me see. Carol Lunn, Mary H., Mama Jane, and let me see here. Who else is here? Antoinette Kennedy. I love that name, Antoinette. Although I have to say, one of my favorite names, Alessandro, as in Alessandro de Medici. Love that. Just kind of rolls off the tongue, just like Antoinette. Let's see. Okay, Joya Moore. And let me see, B. Martram, Manello. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down to the last person that came in, Nancy Herlock. Happy Saturday to you. Okay, so I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and more thank yous. 34,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? 34,000 subscribers. It seemed like just yesterday it was 33 subscribers. Actually, in the past 28 days, there's been like 1,100 new subscribers to Royal Sussex. Let me see here. That looks kind of strange. I reset my PC. Let me try to open up another. Oh, wait a minute. Is that what I didn't do? Okay. Okay. So I tell you what, I am going to turn on um, the anti troll spray. I know I didn't do that, right? That should help. We don't want to be bothered with that sort today. Okay. So I got the anti-troll spray in place. And oh, lastly, I need to do that. Okay. So the anti-troll spray should be up and running. Let me try one more thing. Okay. Ha! There we go. Now I can see what you guys are seeing. All right, I was wondering why. Okay, okay, you guys, not to worry. I got it everything together. So, one more thing. Let me do that. I'm gonna do that just to say I did. Okay, very good. Looks like somebody passed out at Trooping the Colors today. Huh, interesting. They say it's 30 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit, but I do know that that is hot. I know 28, 26 is pretty warm, right? So 30 degrees Celsius, is that almost 100 degrees? And the other thing I've always wondered, do they ever wash those uniforms? They say some of those uniforms go back to William the Conqueror or something like that. But I'm always wondered, do they ever wash them? I bet they stank. Ugh. Could you imagine? I bet you them things got a smell. I bet they smell just like, just like Pierce Morgan's look. You know what I'm saying? Pierce Morgan looks like he smells. I don't know that he does, but he just looks like he has a foul odor. But ugh. So yeah, I don't. And those bearskin hats. Who was the last person to wear that? I wonder. Okay. Yeah, I have had this on my mind for a while. Is the hygiene of those uniforms, because if they never wash those uniforms, that might explain why some people pass out. You know what I mean? If you were wearing a uniform that was put together during the time of William the Conqueror or even George V, and it's never been washed, they They never cleaned it. Oh, so Black Anonymous says that is 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, that's not so bad, but if you're in one of those uniforms that date back to George V, then I'm pretty sure it's funky. It is too funky. Um, yes, thank you, Caroline. I'm so excited. You know what song kind of gets me going when I think about that? All right, I'm gonna play it. I just want you guys to substitute um, Justice Brown Jackson. Is that right? Um, and just think Royal Sussex. Okay, okay, because the song inspires me, but it's just it's about Justice Brown Jackson. So. Um, but I think I want to hear that. That'll be my little celebration song. We can celebrate together with Justice Brown Jackson. Uh, if I can find it. Yeah, I didn't think it through. Cher Brown, thank you so much for the super sticker. Let me see if I can find the song. Um, yes, yes, yes. Here we go. So just substitute for Royal Sussex instead of Brown Jackson. Okay, here we go.
We've come a long way to Justice Brown Jackson. We came in to celebrate Justice Brown Jackson. We came from Harriet and Sojourner to Justice Brown Jackson. Ida B. Wells and Dr. King. Justice Brown Jackson. Shirley Chisholm. Justice Brown Jackson. Barbara Jordan and Maxine Waters. Justice Brown Jackson. We came here to celebrate Justice Brown Jackson. A black woman on the Supreme Court. Justice Brown Jackson. A beautiful, intelligent woman. Justice Brown Jackson. Justice.
Bring it home. Bring it home. Yes, thank you. All right, so this is what's weird. This is what's weird. I'm looking at the count on my screen and it still says there's 362 people. I look at the other screen, there's 793. So I have a feeling that it's going to get kind of wonky. So let me just open up another StreamYard screen. Bear with me. I hope I don't disconnect, but let me see. Okay, Enter Studio. I just want to do this just to make sure that I have a good connection. So there may be an echo. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if that helps. Okay. Um, all right, you guys. This here we go. I'm going to close one of these. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Why is that weird like that? This is not good. Can you guys hear me? Because it's almost like there's not a connection. Okay, okay, wait. Huh. Oh boy, maybe I should have left well enough alone. So, oh, you can hear me. Uh, all right, all right. It's kind of wonky, but because I'm looking at the comments, but I'm looking at it on the um. Okay, click here to connect destination. Okay, allow. Okay. Oh, there it is. It's back. It's back. Okay, so somehow my StreamYard had lost connection to. Anyway, it's back. So no worries, you guys. It was just acting kind of weird, but now the comments are back up. Now I see there's 900 people. Thank you so much for your patience. It wasn't connected properly. So anyway, it is back now. No worries. Let's see here. Hi, Susie Q. And I know I had a pay. What is it? A Cash App? Not a. What am I saying? I'm so confused. It was a super sticker. I didn't give you a bell, so thank you so much. And if I did miss one, I do apologize. But I was not connected. Now it says there's like 900 people, but before it was just stuck at 362, and I knew that wasn't right. So, all right, so we got a good connection. Let's get on with it. Is Petal here? I was listening to Petal earlier. She sorted out that thing that I was trying to figure out is why in the world was the economist going after Harry like that? Well, Petal figured it out. Of course she did. Rory B, thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you for making us laugh and giving historical, factual, and shady information. Well, I got a little shade today too. Thank you so much for that, Rory B, and thank you for the super chats. All right. Okay. Oh, there it is. I got that back. There you go, Cher Brown. I wanted to make sure that I highlighted you. So yeah, everything is back like it's supposed to be. So cool. And Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. All right, very cool. Okay, let's get on with it. So yesterday, late last night, well, it wasn't so late, but anyway, you know, I like to take a screenshot when it says the next 1,000. So I did a screenshot, and there it was. I was actually making dinner, and I said, "Oh, I got to go check the computer." So I went and checked, and yes, it had jumped over to exactly 34,000 subscribers. And not only that, do you guys realize Royal Sussex has had 19 million views and over 4 million watch hours? So 19 million times somebody has logged on or clicked on to Royal Sussex. And that just blows my mind. It really does. I cannot comprehend that. So thank you all so much for everything, for your likes, shares, subscriptions, for your donations, for your memberships, and of course, for the chats. For the chats. This community is more than I could have ever expected at this point in my life, but I think it has been a lifesaver for me. And I would say that collectively, with all the content creators, with everyone on the other platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc., it has been very, very amazing. Yeah, that's the only word I can say. It's just amazing. I'm blown away by it. I really am. So, thank you again. Hey, Sherry Ware. Oh, there it is. Yeah, in 28 days, 1,090 new subscribers. And before I went on, I saw there was like another 30 on top of that. So that is so cool. Thank you all very much. It's more than I deserve, I'm sure. But keep it coming. Even if I don't deserve it, keep liking, sharing, subscribing, etc. All right. Thank you so much again. Love those balloons. I just feel like I could just take something and like burst one of them. So Harry is a more interesting prince than we deserve. This is for, I think it is for today. It is the Saturday New York Times. Cornwall, England, the urge to fictionalize Prince Harry is addictive. If you are a monarchist, that is what he is for. For the last few years, he has been trying to reclaim himself from our imagined account. Most recently, in Court 15 in the Rolls Building, London, earlier this week. So, if you subscribe to the New York Times, just so you know, there's an article there. Some people know how to get around those subscriptions, but there is an article there today. Not a very long article, but I'm just pleased to see this because it has been so much vitriol and bile that has been pouring out of the tabloid media that the old gray lady, the New York Times, sometimes they can go there too, but for the most part, they tend to be rather positive toward the Sussexes. And this particular article is from a guest essayist. So there you go. And I was wondering about something else too. The Rolls Building. Would that be for one of the partners of Rolls Royce? I was wondering about that because there is a Rolls and then there is the Royce, and I was wondering if that was one of the partners. Every time I see that name, I'm just like, I wonder. Cher Brown, thank you for your consistency and love of Rachel and her real life Mike. Oh, thank you so much, Cher Brown. And you know what? The second time in life I saw the Sussexes was at Troop in the Color. And I do believe that it was also on a set. Yeah, it was 5 years ago today when I saw them at the Troop in the Colors, and that I saw them at the in the procession after the wedding, and then I saw them again at the Troop in the Colors. How lucky was I to see them twice on the same trip? But yeah, it's just like I feel responsible for them, and I feel like I have this connection with them. And even though I didn't know Megan before I heard the announcement of the engagement, um, she's easy to love, easy to admire, easy on the eyes, and so yeah, I was glad for the opportunity. And I won't bore you guys again by telling you how that happened. You can see it on the anniversary video, but I got lucky. That's all I can say is I got lucky. So thank you very much, Cher Brown. And Yalibi. Oh, I was trying to use the mouse pad. I started rubbing my finger across the phone screen instead of the mouse pad. There we go. Or you know what I mean. But Yuliba Nunez Daddario, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday to you. And then here's another article. Rosita Sweetman, why we should acclaim Harry as our Prince of Truth. So, you guys, I'm looking at these articles, the positive ones. I'm looking at these articles and I'm just like, how amazing is this that in spite of all of the negativity, the message somehow is getting out there. You could also hear it in some of those call-ins to like the Jeremy Vine show, and it's hard to get any truth when you have a panelist on the show, even if they are Sussex friendly. But it's something about those phone calls, the way they could cut through. Church Nelly, I see a pickle and I see a bunch of smiley faces, and I don't think I want to know what you're doing right now. I want to have plausible deniability, so I'm just going to pretend like I don't see anything. But I know it must be something because I see a pickle scrolling past. So I don't know if you're regaling people with tales of your weekend or what, but um, uh, have at it. I mean, I'm sitting here minding my own business, and I see a bunch of laugh emojis and a pickle scrolling past, and knowing Church Nelly, it can't be anything that's well. I just hope there's no children. I just hope there's no children watching. Um, uh, but look, I'm just glad you're using a pickle. Uh, there's so many other emojis that would be rather awkward in this moment, I'm sure. Uh, is it Brianna cares? Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. So it says here, let's face it, the battle in the UK between Prince Harry, the royal family, and the tabloid press has everything a good Shakespeare play and the unredacted Grimes fairy tale might. There's a handsome prince whose beautiful young mum was hounded to death, cut loose by the royals when she opened her gob. I guess, yeah, okay. And there's the wicked stepmother. Wicked stepmother. Who would? Wait a minute. The wicked stepmother. Um. Oh, that wicked stepmother. Okay. Okay. Got it. Wicked stepmother. Check. Also, let me see. Having it off with the king to be, even as he was on his honeymoon. Okay. And there's a handsome prince who's, oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the small print. I didn't know it repeated over here. There's a handsome prince, a beautiful biracial wife, who's the royals once titular and beneficiary heads of the British slave trade are so jealous of they can hardly bear to share space with, whom they have fed to the tabloid beasts like live meat. There's the other less handsome prince. Wait a minute, other less handsome prince. Are they talking about? Oh, yeah, that less handsome prince. Okay, I got it. Okay, so there's the other less handsome prince and his stick wife, frantic stick. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. I see what y'all mean. Okay, and his stick wife frantic to the do the right or do the white thing. She's frantic to do the white thing. Who wrote this? This was wait a minute. This was in the Independent Ireland. Yeah, so this is in the Independent paper, but it's the Irish version of the Independent. Okay. Who, while stabbing his younger bro in the back, dropped his own action against the tabloids for a reputed £1 million. Nice. Oh boy, I tell you, I'm gonna find a way to share that article with you guys. If not, it is in the Irish Times. If you want to look for it yourself. But yeah, so there you go. So all I'm saying is, at least the message is getting out there. Harry is speaking his truth. Somebody has referred to Will's wife as a stick. Uh, they called Camilla the wicked stepmother, and my favorite, the less handsome prince. So all of these things, I'm here for it. Jeannie Rock Bailey, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. So I feel like I am missing a lot going on here. Let me see. Don says, pickle's such a dirty. Well, if I'm looking at Church Nelly using certain emojis, it's my default setting. Dorothy Ross, thank you always for the hugs and thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And also thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Oh, I know. I dream of the day that I get that YouTube play button. Now, at the rate I'm going, the Dodgers are being moved back to Brooklyn, but I'm just like, oh, please let me have that play button, please. It's just like 100,000 subscribers, and you get that YouTube play button. It's silver. They ship it to you. I mean, it's just, oh, it's gorgeous. You guys have seen them. I want that so bad. Let me see here. Arnett McCluskey, thank you for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. My bell is kind of. Why is everything so wonky today? Let me see. There we go. My bell is starting to stick. That doesn't sound strange, does it? My bell is sticking. It's not the. It's the clapper, not the bell. My clapper is sticking. How you like that, Church Nelly? I can get in on that action too. My clapper is sticking. There, I said it, and I'm not ashamed. My clapper is sticking. Uh, so when exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals, and that is exactly what's happening. Is that is that is what am I trying to say here? It lets you know that the people that are in power or the people that have influence with the people of power or perhaps even have influence over the people of power, like for instance that Murdoch, that Rupert Murdoch, he seems to have an undue amount of influence over some very powerful people, and because of that, someone who is speaking truth to power, like Prince Harry, is being treated as though he's the one committing the crimes when there were crimes committed against him. And thank you, Church Nelly. That's a fine recommendation. And I think I kind of did that already, but let me lift it up and examine it again. And I think we're back. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, I think we're back. Thank you so much, Church Nelly. How did I know you would have the answer? How did I know that? So right here, oh Lord, I know I ain't gonna be able to see that. Uh hmm. Let me try this one. All right, so where is it? Ooh, that's so small. My eyes are hurting already. All right, so there we go. Four nations artists to collaborate on Invictus Games 2025 visual design. Artists from the Telsley, Watooth, Squamish, Lil Wat, and something else nations have been selected to create and design for the competition coming to Vancouver and Whistler in 2025. So as you can see, there is an image up there, but I don't think that that's. I think that's examples of what the artist is capable of. But anyway, the four Indigenous artists have been chosen to create the design and visual identity for the upcoming Invictus Games, due to be held in Vancouver and Whistler in the winter of 2025. The logo will represent the four local First Nations with the name that I couldn't hardly say the first time. National Ray something else. Okay, interesting. So, nations Mac Paul to collaborate on One Coast Salish design. I think I'm speaking native, right? One of the native dialects. This is a big honor. The not okay of the accomplished carving artist renowned for his wood mask, rattles, totems, and canoes. I am honored and privileged to be the nation's member selected to represent the Squamish Nation. So there you go. They're going to have a competition for the design. So, like as you may have seen, the one for what is it, Dusseldorf, with those wavy lines. Now they say that represents the Danube, the River Danube. So this one is going to be for, of course, the Winter Games. So I imagine that whatever they design should incorporate the gold and black, um, you know, the colors of the Invictus game. And other than that, I'm pretty sure it is going to be very cool. So I can't wait to see it. Um, Nubian Queen, good night, everyone. I respect and love you all. Thank you so much for being here with us, Nubian Queen. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Sleep well. And of course, Royal Sussex reached out to, what's his name? We reached out to, Hog Head. Royal Sussex did reach out to Hog Head for comment, and he didn't have one. Uncharacteristic of Hog Head. He's actually kind of quiet right now, Pierce Morgan. So they say it's because of legal reasons. And because Pierce Morgan is a journalist, he cannot be compelled to come to court unless they cite a really good reason. So the judge is the only one who has the power to say that. But the reason why we don't see any of those journalists in court is because, well, they have to be compelled by the judge, and the judge doesn't want to get into. This is the way it was explained that I understood, is that they don't plead the fifth, but they have some kind of whatever rule it is where they don't have to incriminate themselves. And anyway, it is a huge deal whenever you try to compel journalists to incriminate themselves and or present their sources. So that is why he's not in court. It's not that he shouldn't be. He should probably be in jail. But Church Nelly, I would love to see him under oath. I think that it would really change things a lot if they can get some of those heavy hitters like Pierce Morgan, who I think is probably one of the worst. If they can get him to take the oath and to get a chance to perjure himself, oh man. But I don't suspect that he'll ever go to jail, and this is a civil case and not a criminal case. So I I think the worst thing that could happen to him is all of these nasty deeds he have committed may possibly cost him a lot of money, and that's probably about it. There's not much else to be done with him, but that's okay. One of these days he'll get his. So, Little Mermaid 2023 soundtrack has now charted higher on the Billboard 200 than the 1989 original. So the movie is making more money, right? The soundtrack is doing better. And I even saw where someone had a fundraiser so that they can buy out the theaters for Black girls. Now, I didn't share the information because you never know what the source of these fundraisers are. And I was going to talk about that as well. Um, you know what? Before I do that, let me take another look at that just to make sure that I don't have. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I need to change that. I don't want to share all of the information that's on there. So let me fix that before I share it with you guys. But yeah, it's very important about fundraising. And like right here, I can see where. Yeah, I think someone in the Sussex squad has actually contributed to a GoFundMe for with a picture of Prince Harry on it, and that's a big no-no. So let me change this because I don't want to share who made the donation. So I am going to take this away, you guys, and then I'll bring the slides back up minus that information because I don't want to cause any embarrassment for anyone. Okay, so let me get rid of that. And then I am going to have a very, very stark warning about fundraising very soon. So let me get rid of that. Today's the 10th. All right. And I'll bring up the slides again, minus that little bit of embarrassing information. At least I hope it's minus. We'll see. I hope it's minus. Please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed, easy for me to say, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do. Okay. 1960 says Hog Head is an extremely despicable person who is waiting for an external fire once he leaves this planet. Okay, that fire. Carmen knows him very well. I hope so. All right, so I got that back. Now let me go back to where I need to go to so I can talk to you about this fundraiser thing. Okay. Okay, I don't need to do that. Oh, by the way, before I do the fundraiser thing, take a look here. Not only has Boris Johnson helped Holly and Phil jump the queue, but he also seems to have been a stand-in for Phil's mother. You know how sometimes when they're making a movie and they'll have a stand-in so that the actor doesn't have to, be in position, and they could bring the stand-in to do all that, standing in the sun and waiting around. And so anyway, it seems like they found someone who's unemployed, much like his mom, that could take the time. Let me stop. Okay. So this right here, go get them, Harry. This is as bogus as could be. Bogus. This is a bogus fundraiser. So I saw this on the Twitter, and a few of the other squatties have highlighted this. Go get them, Harry. Uh, this is not real. So if you see this, if somebody like links it to you or something like that, please, please, you could even contact the GoFundMe yourself and complain. Now, I don't know if they took it down. I didn't try to look for it. I'm not recommending that you do it either. But if, not to look, just to look, but if you're going to complain about it, then go for it. Let me see. Thank you for the PayPal, AW. Thank you very much. But yeah, so this is bogus. They're trying to raise $10,000, I guess maybe a legal fund or something like that. But go get them, Harry. Go get them, Harry. Really? Let me see. Let me see. Cupcake and Tiffy's Got You World says, I don't donate to crazy GoFundMe requests. It has to be vetted. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sussex Global Events, those that we have are, those are vetted, properly vetted. And the links that are used go directly to that particular charity. This goes directly to somebody's Chase account. Leg says they fear the squad's ability to fundraise. They are now trying to monetize despicable craps. Make sure you check the legitimacy before you donate. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Legs. Yeah, and that's it. There's grifters. There are definitely grifters, and sadly, I can recall when there was a grifter within the squad some time ago. And as far as I know, that person hasn't been back, but I followed them on Twitter. A lot of people followed them, and they were very active on Twitter until they were not. But they had managed to swindle a few squatties out of some money and gifts, which was which was odd. So that's why I say you have to be careful. And not just for the Sussex squad, but for anything. I've said this once before, and I'll say it. Actually, I've said it several times before. As older adults, we have to be vigilant and look out for each other. And so from time to time, I like to make sure that I share things about fraud and other things like that, just to keep your mind aware, because we take in a lot of information every day. So all you have to do is look away for a second, and next thing you know, you have been the victim of fraud. And so this person, whoever this is, it may not even be someone within the United States. They could be using their IP address or something from someplace else, or who knows. But whoever it is, they decided, oh, well, if they're raising that kind of money, well, then I might as well get a cut myself. So yeah, there you go. Try to make sure you avoid these. And if you see any fundraiser that is featuring Harry and Meghan's photo and something like that, be very wary of it. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share about that, just so that you know that this is a thing. And let me see here. And Fu says, all those sicko haters that are giving the kind couple who gifted Prince Archie a bike have to be real friends of Satan to start the bullying because a 4-year-old was given a gift. How mean. Yeah, as you know what? As you say that, let me see here. What was that before this? Let me just rest right here for a second. So, as you say that, let me see my slides from yesterday. Okay, what am I looking for? I better hurry up before I forget what I was looking for. is, yes, this is it. There we go. So this young man, now, as you notice, I didn't show his Instagram account. And I did that deliberately because, as a reflex, you see, I'm starting to think like Harry, where I know that everything causes a odd and unnecessary malicious reaction. And so there's going to be some Karen out there who is going to become a keyboard commando and target the person who posted this. Well, I went to their Instagram today, and guess what? I couldn't find it. I think they must have taken it down. Isn't that sad? Now, I'm not saying that for sure they've taken it down. I'm just saying I could not find it. So I was looking because I was concerned about the vicious attacks. And by the way, Harry gifted him a copy of Spare. I was wondering about that. So that's why you see a copy of Spare right there, is that was a gift from Harry. And this guy, he has taken photos with a few celebrities, and I went through his Instagram looking for the photo to see what the reactions were. I couldn't find it. I think he took it down because of the heat that comes with taking a photo with Harry. Maybe he took it down. Maybe. I couldn't find it. But that's the reason. Like, someone got a little frustrated the other day. They said, Baron, could you stop speaking in riddles and just talk to us? I feel like this. If you know, you know. But because of the very hostile, malicious, what do you call it? The Rangers. Sometimes I'm just not comfortable saying someone's name or showing someone's account. And, for people who are here every day, most likely, you know who I'm speaking of. So if I feel like there's a reason to withhold a name, I just don't want to drive all that negative traffic to their social media account. I don't want to cause any impact to their well-being, their mental health. So there's a reason for that. But yeah, if he did take this down, I think that is really awful. But it just goes to show what we have been trying to counter here in the Sussex squad for a long time, is that there's like this alt-right nationalistic presence amongst these people. These are the MAGA Brexiteer people that they just have so much hate in their heart. It's really sad to think that there is a minority within the population that carries that much hate and contempt for humanity. And they're our neighbors. They're our neighbors. They're the person that we passed in the grocery store. They're the one who we held the elevator for. Those kind of things. Those are the kind of people that get home in their safe space and attack someone because they were glad to see Harry. Rosita, you too. Now I'm seeing other vegetables. Now I'm seeing other vegetables. What am I missing? I'm missing something really good, and I'm probably not going to go back and look, but enjoy yourselves. That's part of being in the community, I suppose. Now, Kate Middleton's mom, heartbreaking fear about daughter's future with William. So, it was rare to see any type of articles like this, right? Now it's almost as natural as drawing a breath. It is very, very current in the news for people to target the Middletons. At first it was a lot of hostility toward the Middletons because They're not part of the upper class. They're not aristocracy. And they used to refer to Kate and her sister as social climbers. And it was even said that their parents, who built their fortune with party pieces, Uncle Gary's party favors, and their party pieces. Yes, okay. So, anyway, they built their fortune with party pieces or favors. Anyway, it was as though they bought their way into high society. And a lot of people resented that. So, just a little flashback. Kate Middleton's cousin, Joanne Callan, blasts Carol Middleton for being a social climber and a fame mongerer. Yeah, fame mongerer. Yes, a social climber and a fame mongerer. The Royals would really like to believe that they are a tranquil bunch, but the truth of the matter is that behind the scene there is enough drama to feel an unscripted reality show. Usually, when they are taking this kind of tone, we end up discussing Camilla Parker Bowles' boozy hijinks. But now, or should I say, but not this time, boozy hijinks? Do you mean to tell me Camilla drinks? I had no idea. So that was how they used to talk about the Middletons. And then suddenly, all of that stopped. They became what people thought was part of it, but no, they were in it, but never of it. And I think that that's starting to show now. Like right here, the Middletons at war, Uncle Gary wades into back Carol. He defends sister as cousins, calls her a snob whose grandeur is grander, that is, than the queen. So, uh, as you can see, back in 2014, the Middletons were still mud among some people. And this was the Daily Mail. You know, the same Daily Mail that runs like 50 photos of Kate playing with a rugby ball. Yeah, that Daily Mail. It's hard to believe that the same Daily Mail that seems to lift and cherish Kate is the same Daily Mail that used to write articles like this. Well, it seems like that's slowly creeping back. And some people believe that it may be because they don't want any entanglements should they decide to cut Kate adrift. Now, I'm not going to, wish anything bad on anybody, but there are some people who believe that at some point, poor Kate might be cut adrift and no longer a member of the royal family. Her kids will be, but perhaps she won't. That's what people are saying, is that there's a lot of projection going on. This whole thing about Harry and Meghan is really about Kate and William. Carol and Mike place in the royal family, how the Middletons have become a core part of the royal family for Prince and Princess of Wales after attending both the Queen's state funeral and committal service. Now, it has been alleged, I have to say alleged, that one of the reasons why the Middletons have run out of money is because supportive, rather overblown, important headlines like that, people seem to think that they were bought and paid for, allegedly, as though the Middletons have been trying to buy good press. While simultaneously, it seems like as their fortunes are increasing in terms of getting closer to the ultimate prize, Queen Catherine, it also seems like they're getting kind of close to being cut adrift. Like right here, it says since Kate Middleton married into the royal family in 2011 and become a member of the firm, she has remained incredibly close to her parents, Carol, 67, and Mike, 73. The parents of three who live in Berkshire attended the Queen's state funeral at Westminster Abbey and committal service in St. George Chapel in Windsor on Monday to pay their respects to Her late Majesty. Yeah, they were all over the place at the funeral. Um, but let's take a look back there. That's 2019, December 1st. Prince William is incredibly close to wife Duchess Kate's parents. They don't write articles like that anymore. You don't hear how close William is to Mike and Carol. As a matter of fact, it was constant for a while. I think I have at least three of them saved where they talk about how dependent William was on Mike and Carol, how he would go and spend time, and he was just like a member of the family. Now, I don't think that he goes, that direction anymore and hasn't for quite some time. So I was thinking about it. I heard Carol and Mike and Carol, and I was like, where have I heard that before? And then I said, the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Carol and Mike. Oh, Mike, how? That Carol. I I didn't make the connection. The only thing is, the Middletons are nothing like Mike and Carol Brady. Um, like you've never seen Mike and Carol drink, right? Right there, there's a big difference. So I decided if they were going to reimagine Mike and Carol instead of the Brady Bunch, it should be the Shady Bunch. The Shady Bunch, the Shady Bunch. That's the way they became the Shady Bunch. Dun, 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 dun. Mike and Carol Shady, with their shady daughters and their shady son, the Shady Bunch, right? That's what I'm thinking, the Shady Bunch. That's the way they all became the Shady Bunch. They're broke. The press is turning against them. Right, Church Nelly? It seems like, well, that's what I'm hearing. Now, I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody, and I'm not going to do like a whole selection of look at how close they're not. But I'm just saying it seems as though the writing is on the wall. Like, think about this. Mike and Carol Shady are broke. Who's coming to their rescue? Uncle Gary doesn't seem to have any money to help out. Who else? William is a billionaire now. Do you guys know that William is a billionaire? William inherited the Duchy of Cornwall. So William is a billionaire. What is William, the billionaire, doing for his uh, mother in law and his father in law? What is he doing for them? It says right here, Middletons in their £5 million pound home left me high and dry. A small business owner who came to the UK as a refugee was betrayed over party pieces debt. This is getting pretty deep. Fury at the Middletons as their party pieces business goes bust with debts of £2.6 million. Disbelieving creditors talk of betrayal over collapse of firm run by Princess of Wales parents, Carol and Michael, the Shady Bunch. Carol and Mike Shady. Party Pieces, run by Michael and Carol Shady, owes the tax man 685 pounds. Company was established 2019 with Carol and Michael majority shareholders. So, what does that tell you? Party Pieces, they're telling you how much their home costs. Now, anytime the Daily Mail or any of the other tabloids tell you how much somebody's home costs, that's because they got it in for them. Like, for instance, did you know that Harry and Meghan live in a $14 million, 11 million pound home with 16 bathrooms, a jacuzzi, and room for a pony? Did you guys know that? Of course you do, because we have heard it over and over and over again. So that should tell you that if they're telling you the price of their home, if they're talking about their humongous debt, well, some people believe that that means that they may be cutting um, old bed knobs and broomsticks. They may be cutting broomsticks adrift, and maybe they will cite these financial troubles as some type of deception, allegedly, possibly, and that might be a good enough reason to start making the case. Oh, well, they're not who we thought they were. She's not who I thought she was. I mean, have you noticed that Kate has been working more in the past month than she has in 11, 12 years? Oh, by the way, thank you so much for the Cash App. I won't say the name, but thank you so much. Let me see here. Yes, thank you so much for the Cash App. Greatly appreciated, MR. Thank you very much. Let me see. Baron, I read before business went boom. Carol said they were selling business so they could spend time with the Royals' grandkids, not the other. Wow. So their goal is to have more time for the grandkids, but not okay. And well, Pippa has grandkids. You know what? They better see if there's a maybe she could babysit her grandkids. Pippa's husband is a billionaire, but they have two billionaires. They have two billionaires flanking them left and right, and nobody can help them out. Like, take a look at this. Kate and William call an end to lengthy royal tours as family comes first. Well, if Kate and William are cutting the lengthy tours to be with family, and Carol and Mike, what was that you said? They're selling their business to be close to the family. Well, who's going to work? Who's going to work? I was thinking that if Carol stuck around long enough, she would have a chance to go to a coronation, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But yeah, also I listened to, oh gosh, what is it? Celibacy today, and they had some opinions about it too, some of which I think I may have just shared, but it seems like they could be in the process of cutting somebody adrift, possibly, allegedly, maybe. And that might explain why somebody has been working so hard to try to be relevant. Also, when you consider the fact that Kate was so anxious to be seen that she actually crashed the flower show. She went to the Chelsea flower show unannounced. There was a reason for that. Fury as the Middletons, as their party pieces business goes bust with a debt of £2.6 million. Disbelieving creditors talk of betrayal over collapse of firm run by Princess of Wales' parents, Carol and Michael. The creditors have been left furious as party pieces paraphernalia business started by the parents of Princess of Wales. And notice they highlight Princess of Wales, Carol Middleton. They're highlighting that as if they're twisting the knife, right? Party Pieces Holdings, run by Michael and Carol Middleton, helped send their three children to 40. Oh, there's another. Look at there. You see what I'm saying? When they start talking about money, that means you're not on somebody's good side. 42,930 pounds a year, Marlborough College, and enabled them to snap up a manor house for 4.7 million. Oh, when they start talking money, you better pack your bags. You better pack your bags. Don't have them throw that stuff out the window, or don't have them put it in bin liners. I can't believe it. I mean, look at Michael. Look at Michael's face. That's about as animated as I've have ever seen him. He looks like the cat that ate the canary. Is that a yellow feather I see in the corner of his mouth? Yeah, they're broke. They are broke. Their financial woes is part of the tabloid press daily news. Marjorie Dixon says, Baron, the UK media is getting the public to hate or turn against Kate. As I said before, Katie is next to go. You know, I don't want to believe it, but I think you're right. I'm not saying that I would be, devastated if it happens, but it's just like, but then again, you know what? Diana died mysteriously in the tunnel in Paris, and that didn't seem to have any impact on the institution. No matter what people said or what people thought, they went about their business. So cutting Katie adrift wouldn't impact them either. They will get their spin machine to come up with the proper narrative, like they did for that morning TV show host who still has jobs lined up. He's going to come back. So, and so this is why you see Kate out there grinning like a hyena, talking to a black man and hugging people. That's why she's doing all that stuff, is because she's trying to stay in the family. She has been working hard. I've never seen her work this hard. I would say I was impressed, but I'm not. She's wearing power suits, pretending to be Megan. She's doing everything she can, and even has been taking speech lessons. Her projection is better than I've ever seen it. Now, she's still doing a lot of that jazz hand stuff. I mean, that's going to stay. But still, I have to say, she has really been working. Like, take for instance, you could almost understand what she's saying.
Had the most inspiring morning with the Anna Freud Centre discussing all things mental health. It is so important that we all talk about our feelings and emotions, the good ones and the more difficult ones too, because we all have them. The theme for this year's Mental Health Week is anxiety, and the Anna Freud Centre have co-created an animation and resource toolkit to help young people understand, normalise and manage the feelings around anxiety. It is a fantastic resource and one which I'm sure we could all use to help support our mental health.
Yeah, so she was just jazz handing and talking up a storm. She didn't. And the thing is, you got to hear Celibici talk about the rugby game. Celibici was on today. They had been away for a couple of weeks, but apparently, some of these events that Kate is going to, according to Celibici, people don't even know she's coming. It's like all thrown together last minute. And that is unusual. So that's got to mean something there. Let me see. Wait, if Baldy and Kate divorce, would Baldy be allowed to remarry? They said no to Tampon until Princess Diana passed. Kate better what? Yes. Well, now see, this is the thing. I don't think it matters anymore because Charles divorced. So Charles has paved the way in a modern royal family, British royal family. He has paved the way to make it okay to divorce. I think that William could divorce and weather the storm. I think it depends on how much they vilify Kate. Now, if I was William, I would be careful when I mention it because, I wouldn't want Kate to put him in a headlock. I would be careful when and where he mentions it because I think that, if he's anywhere within striking distance, God only knows. So I would break it to her gently, like over a phone call. I think she is rather, how do you put it, um, abnormally top heavy, strong. Yeah, I think she is abnormally strong for someone so skinny. So um, I would I would break it to her gently. Not to say that they are getting a divorce. Of course, this is just conversational. But if there was an alleged possible thing like that to happen, um, yeah, I think he would be okay. I don't think that people would hold it against him. But the bad thing about it is, and I tell you, I never thought I would say I would feel kind of sorry for her, but what's coming, what's coming may be exactly what she asked for. If there is a day when they are no longer wed together, the press is going to drag her. They're going to drag the Shady Bunch. They are going to be severely dragged. That entire family is going to end up in the workhouse if they get dragged by the press. Because if the press has been capable of dragging them in the past, could you imagine if it came down to Windsor versus Shady Bunch? Because the reality, the truth is whatever the press say it is. So that is something that will get so ugly that Harry and Meghan, we will be wondering why they're not talking about them anymore. I don't even think we would go days without seeing a Harry and Meghan article if this situation blows up. If that blows up, I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan will be able to walk the streets without any fear of the paps or anything else because the story would be those two. So anyway, I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody, but I'm just making conversation. It makes you think. It makes you think. Makes you wonder. Gives you pause to try to figure out what's going on because all of a sudden, Mike and Carol Shady are being skewered in the media. The Shady Bunch. The Shady Bunch. That's the way they became the Shady Bunch. Wonder if they got a dog named Tiger. Anyway, you guys, if you get a chance to, make sure you listen to Celibacy. They kind of go into it a bit. But yeah, good luck, my Shady. You're gonna need it. So 30 years of celebration of party pieces. Started back in what, 1989? So was it 2009 they celebrated? No, 2019. I think it was 2019 they celebrated 30 years of party pieces, if my math is right. No. 89, 99, 2000. Yeah. So 2019, 30 years of party pieces. Oh, CD, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for, I'm sorry, super sticker, for the Cash App. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. So, give me coffee to change things I can, and wine to accept those that I cannot. So that is a little prayer that I wanted to send out to Carol Shady and to Mike Shady, because they need our prayers right now. So yes, give them coffee to change the things that they can, and wine to accept those that they cannot. Anyway, I saw this. I thought it was kind of cute, so I'm sharing it with you guys. Let me see. If Kate sends a call to Harry and Meghan, I wouldn't answer. Oh, man. Well, they may be trying to hit them up for a loan. Can you give my parents some money? Thank you so much, Legs. What is that? Kathy Gabby says Kate will not go. The children will be used as a reason to stay. Rose will become Rose Natchbull. Okay. Rose Natchbull. Well, maybe they'll come up with a solution, because you know what, guys? They haven't looked happy for a long time. Everybody is aware of that. And the performance that they put in at that wedding in Jordan was embarrassing. So it's kind of hard to say what may or may not happen, but it's not looking good for Kate. It's not looking good for her family, because they are openly attacking them. So I don't even need to point out how odd something like this looks. And isn't that something? If you guys remember, when they were in front of the fireplace, it was Kate yanking away from him. And now he's like, why are you touching me? What did I say about touching? Sophie Charlotte, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, that was from yesterday. There we go. I see international media continue is on their favorite tack of maligning Meghan Markle. From the ground here in Montecito, she and Harry have been nothing but supportive of the community. We're glad they're here. So one of the squatties shared that. Now, I tried to find the original tweet. I could not find it. So just a little caution with that particular tweet. But either way, I like the sentiments behind it. Let me see. Willie has already started threatening Kate Baldy in public. I'm sorry, Kate Badly in public. Baldy. Just watched the same thing happen to Diana and Charles in public. People knew and can see there was a problem. Well, you know, if I learned anything from watching all of those, what do you call those? Those documentaries about the War of the Waleses, a royal wife has nothing when they leave that family. Everything is taken away except for whatever financial settlement you receive. Everything is taken away. So if something like that were to happen, Kate would be in a lot of trouble. She would be in a lot of trouble, and her family would be even worse off. Her family would be even worse off. But you have to admit, openly mocking her parents like that, calling them out on the debt that they have accrued over time, is not a good thing. It looks very odd to me. It's like openly mocking them. And there's not a lot they can do about it except for just take it. It makes me wonder how they got into the position that they're in the first place. But some people have speculated that it has been because they have been buying good press, that they had to sacrifice a lot for the good press. And if that is the case, I hope they blew the fortune trying to go after the Sussexes. If that's how they lost their money, was to try to attack the Sussexes through leaks and media and stuff like that, then if that's the case, they deserve to be broke. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just making conversation, but it is something to think about. I mean, it's like as much as I think Kate is a pretty mean girl, a very nasty piece of work. Um, well, we know what the press is capable of, and the only way that I could think of that they could sell this idea that she's not meant to be a part of that family is they have to do the usual, and that usual, as they say, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but um, it's just curious. It's just very curious. They are naming, or should I say, calling them out on their debt, telling you how much their home costs, and the fury at the Middletons. That's my Middleton. She spent a fortune to get her daughter into that family. And now you're going after her? How did they go from William just can't get enough, and that's his second family, and Mike and Carol Shady is just like his own parents? They have become surrogate parents to him. How could it have gone from that to, woo, child, everybody mad at them Middletons? Did you hear? Girl, they owe $2.6 million pounds. It has gone from one extreme to the other. They were singing, "What a friend we have in Shady's," and now it's just the Shady Bunch, the Shady Bunch. So, it just goes to show how twisted y'all are, because I was about to move on, but I could see this is having quite an appeal with the squad. So whatever you're thinking or whatever you're feeling, get it out of your system since we're on the topic. I was going to move on, but you guys seem to have a lot to say. So let me see. William will not put his children through what he went through, so they continue to tolerate each other for the sake of the children. Terry H, how long will that last though? And okay, Terry, are they always under the same roof? Let me ask you that. Are they always under the same roof? Mama, daddy, children, nanny, cook, cleaners. Are they all living under the same roof? Because there was this big push to get into Adelaide Cottage. It seems like they wanted the Sussexes out of Frogmore so they could take that. But then, of course, that's not big enough, so that doesn't make sense. And then what about this push to get, what's his name? Andrew out of the Royal Lodge. Now, wouldn't that be convenient? And I'm just saying this for the sake of conversation. I don't know any of it to be true, but wouldn't it be convenient if they had access to the Royal Lodge and the Adelaide Cottage, which is not so far apart, if I'm correct, right? What if they had access to both so that, well, you know how it is. Didn't, I don't want to use that name. A very famous person who used to live not far from his ex wife. Uh, that story didn't end well, so I don't want to use that person's name. But, sometimes people do that, so that there's some semblance of continuity. They might want to live nearby. And so it's secure, it's Crown Estate property, right? So what if that's the reason why they want Andrew out of that house so bad, so that they can have Adelaide Cottage and Royal Lodge for whatever reason? You know what I'm saying? So, and as for who would take the place of the other, I don't know. I don't know because it's the rules that apply to the greater society never apply to the aristocrats or the royals. And so you have to remember the idea of any monarch not having a mistress is going against the grain. Every monarch, except for maybe two that I can think of, Mad King George. I don't think he had a mistress, did he? And of course, was it George the Fifth or one of those Georges did not have a mistress, right? So those are the exceptions to the rule. But wasn't there a famous quote from Charles saying, "You don't expect me to be the only monarch to have never had a mistress"? When Charles hopped into that open top, what was it, the MG or whatever it was, when he hopped into that car 1 hour after Harry was born, or was it William? 1 hour after the birth of his child, he's back in the car and off to see his friends, I say euphemistically. Doesn't that tell you what they're capable of? So I don't want to believe, and I certainly hope, because those children don't deserve to go through anything like that. I hope they don't. But when you see articles like this, and when you see one of the laziest people that has ever drawn a breath, one of the laziest people who have ever donned a tiara, running around with a rugby ball, hugging on black people, smiling and grinning. And when you see something like that, then you know somebody's in trouble. She ain't doing it because she wants to. She's doing it because she has to. That is like a key to survival. You better get out there and play rugby and run and jog and pose and grin and smile and crash the flower show. You better do something. Because you have to admit, it's kind of odd as much as she's been working lately. My mom wouldn't go down if I had money, or my man. Exactly. Jeanette is in Ambersley. Thank you so much for that. You have a billionaire married to one daughter, and now a billionaire prince married to the other daughter, and yet the newspapers are filled with headlines like "Fury at the Middletons" as their party pieces business goes bust. They should not want that attention. Yeah. And of course, you'd have to look into those children's faces when they get older, and when they say, well, when Grandpa Mike and Grandma Carol were going broke, what did you do? right? That's a good question. Panther, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. So, just food for thought, you guys. Just food for thought. Um, Maybe we should have a Sussex global event. What do you guys think? Should we have a Sussex global event for Mike and Carol Shady? I think so. As a matter of fact, I would contribute a whole nickel to that. I'm just kidding. I would put $5 on that for the Mike and Carol Shady Fund. I wonder how long it's going to be before somebody uncle is standing outside of their Berkshire home with T-shirts saying "Free Mike and Carol Shady," "Free Mike and Carol Shady." You know, we always have that uncle that show up selling them T-shirts. And the funny thing is, the person they selling the T-shirts for ain't even in jail. It don't matter. The shirts always say "Free so and so." Sometimes the person is dead and buried, and the T-shirts still say "Free them." So somebody uncle is gonna be standing outside of the Middleton house saying "Free Mike and Carol Shady," even if they ain't locked up. What's that? Right, Carol can't get a few bucks from Pippa or Willie. Well, you know, maybe they have some money saved up. Maybe they have some savings, and the prudent thing is to not try to use your own personal funds. But if you're in debt, if you have creditors, you know, there's a lot of people who go through extremes to pay back their debt. But they, you know, I'm thinking too, how could they have money and not have paid their creditors or whomever? How could they have money and not pay these people when you know how embarrassing those headlines would be for your family? Lex says, I don't know. What about that Christmas Carol event this year? Oh man. Well, if Kate's recording career, if Kate ever can get a record deal with her mad piano playing, I'm pretty sure that that would be enough to reverse the fortunes of Ma and Pa Middleton. Thank you, Lex. Yeah, it's just interesting. Uh, Let me see. Reba Henderson says, I only care about those 3 children who are old enough to hear some of this media nonsense. God, I hope they're not listening to Royal Sussex. Because if they're watching Royal Sussex, ooh, ooh. And I hope they don't go to school and anybody tells them about Royal Sussex. I don't want that to happen. Could you imagine some kids running home from school crying because the other kids told them about Royal Sussex? I would be embarrassed if that happened. But as you know, we did reach out to Kensington Palace for a comment about this.
Obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, to this day, and you know, going forward and things. You know, it is. You know, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and you know, very inspirational. So, yeah, I do.
Most inspiring morning with the Anna Freud Centre discussing all things mental health.
See, I'm so proud of her. She's come a long way. She has come a long way. Now, if she would just pick up the volume a little bit, but she has come a long way. Now, when she first started out, it was, you know, yimming and yammering and all that kind of stuff. But I think as long as she keeps her hands moving.
It is so important that we all talk about our feelings and emotions, the good ones and the more difficult.
Yeah, maybe that's the secret. As long as she keeps her hands moving, that helps to focus her words. See what I mean? She got to keep them hands moving. those jazz hands. She got to keep them jazz hands moving. Long as she's got them jazz hands, then that helps her speech pattern. Yeah, that's the secret. It's not that they had to, see what I mean? She had to keep them jazz hands going. And as long as she can keep them hands moving, she can keep talking. Okay, so let me see what else I had for you guys. Take a look at this. Weapons of mass distraction. Now, that is very appropriate. Both of those people are weapons of mass distraction. I believe that this means that they were separated at birth. Yeah, I think that's what it means. As a matter of fact, as you can see, those little skinny, scrawny looking storks were not even strong enough to carry them away. But, oh, wait a minute. They are conjoined twins. Did you see that? I just noticed that. They are conjoined twins. There you go. And as you can see in the corner, it says, I knew it. They were separated at birth. Conjoined twins that were separated at birth. Baby Boris and baby Donald. That is cute. And here is an illustration of Joe Biden, Joseph Robinette Biden. Now, I don't think this is an official presidential portrait, but I think it's pretty cool. I framed it myself. And then, of course, the National Gallery in Washington, D.C. You know how in London they have the National Portrait Gallery? Well, we have a National Portrait Gallery here in the United States. And they have decided that they would replace the image of Donald Trump wearing that nasty red necktie. They would replace it with this one, something that, you know, looks more typical of the new Donald Trump. Now, V. Bram, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Some of you guys may follow Too Raw, Too Real. I follow him on Twitter. Well, if you do follow Too Raw, Too Real, or as Barbara Walters would say, Too Wah, Too Will. If you do follow Too Wah, Too Will, notice he was at the White House. They had a Pride event today, and he was there. And he took a photo with President Biden. Now, he is a fierce defender of Joe and Kamala, so it's only appropriate that he would take a photo with them. And also, he took a photo with the first gentleman, Doug, and he took a photo with the press secretary. Is it press secretary? What do you call her job? Yeah, I think so. He took a photo with her. So good day for him. And this, again, is a copy of that letter, that thank you letter that was sent to the bike shop owner. Now, I haven't looked at their social media. I don't have the courage to do it, but I can only imagine some of the stuff that's on there, but I hope not. And then here, one of the squatties said that, I think they said someone that they know went to the Diana exhibit in Las Vegas. Pretty cool, right? They have an exhibit for Princess Diana. And as you can see, there are photos in the background. You can see one of Harry when he announced Archie's birth. And before that, the wedding day. And before that, there is a telegraph with the image of Harry and Meghan when they were stepping back from official royal duty. So, not exactly in chronological order, is it? And there you can see what's on the wall back there. March 2002 at St. Andrews. William and Kate walked the runway in a fashion show. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah, I don't care about that part. Over here, you can see Harry and Meghan. Oh, those are those dolls, I think. Those are expensive too. So a friend went to the Princess Diana tribute exhibition in Las Vegas. So I don't know how big this tribute is, but I would love to see it myself. And one of the squatties found this very rare photo. I guess because it's trooping the colors, you may notice that when Harry and Meghan went to the very last trooping the colors, they didn't ride in the carriage procession, but they did take a photo with Prince William. So, um, you know, maybe they just had that little moment of a truce when they could all like gather around and just have a good laugh or something. And but yeah, that was pretty neat. And thank you to the squatty who found this very rare and almost impossible to believe photo of Harry, Meghan, and Will. Very, very nice. You could always count on the squad. And I think with that, let me see, is that it for today? Yes, that is it for today. So thank you all very much. And we will have to continue this conversation about the future of the Shady Bunch because I am so concerned about the Shady Bunch. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. So, like I said, I got $5 on it. And that's only because of the children. That's only because of the children. Is it? No, you don't mean that's William. No, that's William. That's William. I think the Duke of Kent is shorter. So, yeah, that's William. That's William all day long. Oh, thank you so much, Sherry Ware. Let me see.
Reynolds, who resigned.
Okay, so my list is here. Okay, so thank you very much for your donations. Mignon Hine Murray, twice. Thank you very much for that. And Cher Brown, Susie Q. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, Susie Q. Rory B. Elaine Parker, Yalibi Nunez, Brianna Cares. Let me see. Jenny Rock Bailey, Dorothy Ross, Arnett McCluskey, Nubian Queen, legs, 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 legs. Thank you for the super chats. And thank you, MR and CD, for the cash apps. And let me see, Sophie Charlotte, thank you. Jeanette Ambersley, Panther, and V. Bram, thank you all so much for supporting Royal Sussex. And thank you all for helping this channel become the success that it is today. Some 34,000 subscribers and climbing. I'm so excited about that. So I am going to make sure that those articles, if you can't find them for yourself, I will probably, I think I'll do like a, maybe I'll combine those into one video. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. I like doing that. Let me see here. So yes, thank you. Yes, and thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. Oh, Dansby1, thank you again for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday. Happy 34,000 subscriber day. And of Duchess of Success. She was supposed to come on today, but she said she'll be back tomorrow. So I'll be looking forward to that. I think she's going to do call-ins, and that is always fun, right? So yes, She'll be back tomorrow, she said. Okay. Hey, Anastasia, I don't think I said hi today. Mashar Williams, thank you for being here. Claire Kane, thank you for being here. Which, by the way, there is a link to Claire Kane and VS Speaks Royally. There's a link on the community tab. There are other Sussex friendly spaces. I recommend everyone use them. Ooh, and tomorrow, hello, Ivy here. And of course, the Lady Sussex tomorrow. Looking forward to that. It's part of my routine. And hopefully Special K will be on in the morning, right? Right. Okay. So with that, I'm going to look for the last word, and then we will do our Ginger Avenger out of here. Oh, thank you, Marsha Williams. Well, I thought I was a little off. I didn't sleep so well. I woke up and then I couldn't go back to sleep. That's why they say you should never keep your phone next to your bed, because once you look at that phone and you get that stimulation going, then you can't go back to sleep. So I'm probably going to take a nap today, but as always, it's fun to be here. And of course, 34,000 subscribers. That's all the motivation I need, right? Can you believe that? 34,000. I remember when 1,000 was a big deal. Now it's 34,000. I remember when I first got monetized, and let me see. And then the community tab. I couldn't wait to use the community tab. So it's those little things that makes a big difference. So, all right. So with that, I am going to. Oh, there you go. Duchess of Advocacy. Let me see if I can put that at the top of the chat. Is she coming on tomorrow? Is she? I hope so. Yeah, she's fun. She's witty, intelligent. All right. Let me see. Finish a customer's birthday cake. Oh, do you work in a bakery? Oh, okay. Very cool. That must be fun. Yeah, I have like a list of different things I've always wanted to do just so that I would know what it was like to do it. And it seems like decorating a cake has got to be inspiring, because everybody loves cake. You know what I mean? That's got to be inspiring. I would love to do that. I would love to use one of those pastry piping bags or whatever they have. I always wanted to do that. Never done that before. Oh, educate you too. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And otherwise, and you guys, please make sure you pray for Jerry White. She hasn't been here for a while. She had to have a second surgery, so she did ask for your prayers. Maybe I'll put a card up for her later. That'll give her something to look at. She'd be glad to hear from you guys. So I think maybe I'll do that. I'll put a card on the community tab for her. Let me see. Okay, Sunday she'll be on at 10 Eastern. Thank you, Lydia. Yeah, you hear that, you guys? Special K will be on tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern. Very cool. Okay. All right, you guys, that is it then. Thank you, Connie Baumer. Hey, Novi D. Oh, Pam Porter says, Oh, that's for someone else, but I'm just going to be nosy. Ooh, okay. Thank you for that. Okay, so this will be our last word then. Congrats, Royal Sussex, on 34,000 subscribers. That sounds like a good closing for me. All right, thank you very much. And with that, let us give our special thanks to our special ladies, our queens, for those amazing people that are going to change the world, and on to Q Ginger Avenger. Here's a story of a shady lady who was working at British Airways. And that one day she met Michael. I don't have anything for that one. I'm making it up as I go along. And then the one day when the lady met this fellow, and she knew she could use him for a lot. So those two, they formed the party pieces. And that's the way. And that's the way they got everything they got. The Shady Bunch. The Shady Bunch. That's the way they became the Shady Bunch. I like that. And she knew she could use him for what he's got. And those two, they formed the party pieces. And that's the. Oh, man. Mike and Carol Shady. I did not put those two names together until today. The Shady Bunch. Mike and Carol Shady. How apropos. Oh, let me see. The brother is even lazier than Kate. Never heard of him working. No, but he come up with a lot of good ideas, though, Lydia. You cannot top him for having the best ideas. He'll sit up there and dream of marshmallows and swastikas and all kinds of stuff. Now, he's good for ideas. It don't make any money, but he's good at thinking of stuff. And you know, I think it was oh gosh. Was it yeah, I think oh gosh, I can't think. Celibacy. I think they were saying that for a while people were feeling sorry for the brother because it seemed like everything he tried to do just was a disaster. But now that we see how party pieces have turned out, well, you can see the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So I think if there's anything that is successful with that family, is marrying billionaires. But other than that, I don't know that they're good at much else. So if I was the brother, what's his name, James Middleton. If I was James Middleton, I don't know. I would ask David Geffen or somebody out or something. Uh, I mean, he's not bad looking. There's no reason why he can't find a billionaire of his own. So or something. He needs to do something with his life. But I thought that, being a Middleton means that you have all that business prowess. Well, now we know that that's just not the case. Being part of the Shady Bunch means that your home is mortgaged up to your, you know what. So, oh man, the Shady Bunch, the Shady Bunch. That's the way they became the Shady Bunch. Oh man. Oh well, they'll be all right. I mean, after all, they're in Britain. Their daughter's going to be the queen someday, maybe. Put an asterisk next to that. They have two son-in-laws. Both of them are billionaires. They haven't come off any money yet, but they might. So they'll be okay. Or maybe they'll put them over in Frogmore. Wouldn't it be something if you look up one day and Mike and Carol Shady are living in Frogmore Cottage? Wouldn't that be something? Or Adelaide Cottage. Yeah, maybe they'll give them Adelaide Cottage. So, okay, you guys, I am so done. That's right, Michelle. Goodbye. I'm getting out of here. Thank you so much. Let me see. She married to marry up their superpower. Yeah, that's the superpower is marrying up. That is their superpower. Ooh, I like that. Carol took ruthless social climbing to new heights. She was the power behind the family's come up. If these people really believe the family, those two daughters should have bailed them up. Yeah, out. Exactly. Should have bailed them out. And who's to say they're really that broke? I mean, they may have some money. Maybe they got some money hidden away somewhere. Yeah. Well, they'll be all right. But I tell you what, Kate's going to outdo Princess Anne when it comes to hours worked. Kate is going to outdo Anne. Okay, I'm going to go. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.